Okay, get yourself ready for your quietening action of our restorative poses. So get comfortable, warm. If you can cover your eyes with an eye pillow, then that is really useful as well. Get a bolster underneath your knees, a couple of blocks for underneath your feet, a folded blanket for underneath your head. And then just get yourself comfortable in our basic relaxation pose or shavasana. Don't be in a rush to get into the final position. Just observe how your body is feeling right now. So you can cover yourself with a blanket if you feel like you might be a little chilly. If the equipment doesn't feel like it's in the right place, then just adjust until it does. And then just enjoy that sensation of releasing down into the floor. Just these first few moments just feel really blissful, just relaxing into the ground. Draw your attention to your breath and just focus on long, slow, deep, deliberate inhalations and exhalations, allowing the body to sink into the ground all the more with the exhalation. Observe where your body makes contact with the ground. Observe where the bolster supports the backs of the knees, in turn supporting the lumbar spine. Observe how the blanket supports the neck and the head. Draw your attention into the soles of your feet. So that the skin of the sole of the foot tingles with consciousness. Draw your attention into the soles of your feet and consciously relax the soles of the feet, softening the skin and the muscle and the bone of the underside of the foot. Draw your attention to the tops of your feet. Draw your attention to the tops of your feet and then consciously relax the tops of the feet. Draw your attention to the shins, relaxing the soles of the feet and the tops of the feet. Draw your attention into the relaxation of the shins. Draw the fronts of the shins into the calf muscles so that the shins completely relax along with the tops of the feet and the bottoms of the feet. Draw your attention into your thighs. Just be conscious of the thighs. Allow the fronts of your thighs to sink into the backs of the thighs so that the legs just become heavy and light at the same time, just letting go of all the tension in the legs, in the kneecaps, in the shins, in the thighs, in the feet. Let the fronts of the thighs sink into the backs of the thighs, allowing the legs to become heavy on the ground. Draw your attention into your abdomen. Draw your attention into the abdomen and allow the abdomen to sink into the ground. Draw your attention into the chest and around the chest in 3 dimensions. Draw your attention into your shoulders and your upper arms and consciously relax every muscle. Draw your attention into your shoulders and into the upper arms and the forearms and all the way down into the fingertips. Draw your attention into the upper arms and the lower arms and the palms and allow them to just sink completely into the ground. Draw your attention into your arms and your shoulders and completely relax them into the ground. Draw your attention into your neck, to the muscles around the neck, and to the head, around the skull. Just allow yourself to sink into the ground. Soften around the throat and soften the skin around the head, around the forehead, and around the eyes and around the cheekbones, just softening the muscles. Soften your tongue and your throat, soften the jaw by drawing the lower teeth away from the upper teeth. Just allow yourself to rejuvenate and release. And just enjoy the relaxation of relaxing the muscles and the skin around the face and around the skull. Just enjoying this feeling of relaxation. Just let the head and the shoulders and the neck, the torso and the hips and the legs and the feet just relax in a surrender to the straight line of the floor. Just let the body become heavy on the floor. Let the physical body surrender into the straight line of the floor. Okay, when you're ready, just wriggle your toes, wriggle your fingers, bring your knees, feet onto the bolster, your feet apart, knees together. And then very gently just roll over onto your right side, straighten out the top leg, and then come back up into the seated position. My video appears to have stopped, so I'll just get that started up again. So just sit in cross legs, just hold onto your knees, just observe how your energy feels, how it's changed from perhaps how we started. So we'll do some side lying stretches. They're good poses for stretching out the back and the shoulders. So get your bolster. An oblong bolster I always find is a bit better for this if you've got one. If you haven't, then just stick with your typical with your normal bolster, your tube bolster. Have a block for your head. We're just going to come down onto our side, so you bend your knees, have your legs bent like this, and stretch yourself out along the bolster. The bolster is just underneath the armpit chest. Bring the shoulder down onto the block, onto the mat. Sorry. Keep the arm that's on the mat just in a little right angle, and then with that top arm, stretch it over your ear, and then let the arm just hang down. So if you haven't got a tubular bolster, you can just use a folded up blanket. Just fold it up nice, really thick like that. So it's a big wedge, and then you can lay on that on your side, or you can just use whatever bolster you've got and just adjust until the position feels comfortable. So as you know, as we progress into the sequence, I'll speak less and less so that you can just relax without having to listen. I'll just talk us in and out of the poses as we go. Just focus on normal inhalations and exhalations. Just enjoy this luxury of relaxation. Okay, bring the top hand onto the hip, push your bottom elbow into the floor, and then bring yourself up into cross legs. Just observe your energy, observe how your energy changes after each pose. And then just do the other side. So the same pose, just on the other side. So sitting on the other hip, stretch out along the bolster, bring the shoulder down, rest that arm that's on the floor in a little right angle, and then rest the top arm over your ear, over the head. Okay, bring the top arm back onto the hip, push yourself up with the bottom elbow, and then come back into cross legs. Just observe how that slightly uneven energy from the previous pose maybe feels a little more even. So we're going to stay with side stretches, just bring that bolster down a little. So the bolster is going to go in the kind of in the waist area effectively. So just at the hip goes on the kind of bottom end, and then the lower ribs come onto the side, onto the kind of top of the bolster. And then you're going to stretch your arms out. Just initially, just have a good stretch. Just find your balance, and then just let, once you've had the stretch, just let the body release into the bolster. So the bolster is in the side abdominal walls, the hip and the lower ribs are support, the top of the hip and the bottom of the lower ribs is supported. Just let the legs relax. So this is really nice for bringing space into an uncomfortable back. You can always bring that top foot forwards a little, just so that, or you can keep the feet one on top of the other, whichever feels most comfortable. Let the legs go, let the arms go, and just release. So another side lying stretch. Just perfect for stretching out a stiff back. And then bend your knees, just roll onto your front on the bolster, and then come onto your knees, and then just sit yourself back on your heels. So just sure to stay in that pose. Just observe your energy, observe the space in the back. And then we'll do the other side. So just come over onto the other side, have the arm stretching out, the leg stretching out, and then again just allow the body to release into the bolster, and then allow the body to relax. Okay, roll onto your front again. And then from there, come onto your knees. And then sit back onto your heels. Just observe how your back is feeling, how your energy feels, light in the upper body. Okay, we're going to do the fish pose. So you'll need a block, you'll need 2 blocks and preferably 2 bolsters. So you want your first bolster on a little ramp like that. So a little ramp for your first bolster, and then the second bolster. If you haven't got 2 bolsters, then you can just use some cushions underneath your knees. Just have your legs supported by the bolster underneath your knees, and then guide yourself down along the bolster and let your hands come apart. So if it doesn't feel comfortable, then adjust until it does, and then allow the body to release into the ground. So again, this pose is good release for an uncomfortable back. Remember, if your head feels like it's falling back, you can always have an extra folded blanket underneath your head. That just brings real comfort. focus your hands into the floor, or elbows if you can reach. Bring yourself up into cross legs. Sorry, up into a seated position, and then just move the bolster out from underneath the lower body, the upper body even. Sorry, I'm getting my words all over the place. Have a blanket for your head. Keep the bolster from underneath your knees, and then just guide yourself back down onto the floor, just to finish in our basic relaxation pose that we began with. Just find your position. Just feel how you just might need to adjust until you're comfortable. So just a bolster underneath the knees, a folded blanket underneath your head, and then your feet, you can just rest your feet directly on the floor. Let go of the muscles in the arms and the legs. Let the body rest into the ground. Just allow the body to become heavy on the ground. And out of that heaviness comes a tangible lightness that radiates from the bones and into the muscles. Radiating from the bones and into the muscles and into the organs. And the flesh and the skin. Just use your in-breath and your out-breath to distribute that feeling of energetic lightness down into the toes and into the fingers and up into the top of the head. Wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers, just bring yourself back into this pose of Shavasana. And then bend your knees, have your feet together, your knees apart. Just rest your back into the floor. And then draw your knees in towards your chest, just have a little rock from side to side, from top to bottom, just a gentle massage on the spine. And then gently roll over onto your right side, stay down for a breath or two. And then straighten out the top leg, come back up into seated position, just final cross legs with your hands in Namaste, just a final spinal lift. Draw your breath in through your nose and down into the abdomen. Be conscious of the energy that you've released through your practice this evening, that good, positive, healthy flow of clean energy that the extensions and the forward bends and the reclining poses bring to the body and to the mind. And then draw your chin down to meet your chest. spend a moment to acknowledge the positive energy around your heart area. And then send some of that positive energy out into the world. And then release the backs of your hands down towards your knees, palms facing upwards. Just connect the tip of the index finger with the tip of the thumb, just a gesture of wisdom, of physical intelligence and peacefulness that you can carry into the rest of your evening. And then when you're ready, raise your head and allow your eyes to softly open and the focus to softly come back. Thank you very much. So hopefully you feel as though you've really lifted your energy and given yourself some good positive energy to put into your evening. So thank you very much for joining me.